Hello, this is Jon Korrup from EMD. In this video I would like to share my personal experiences using precision GPS or GNSS for creating photomontages. And if you're uncertain what photomontage is, then it is windPRO photomontage I'm talking about, which is an application where you can bring in a photo you've been taking somewhere, you can 3D calibrate it, and afterwards, with very high precision, render artificial stuff on the photo right where it should be. And windPRO Photomontage is specialized in rendering wind turbines and solar PV plants and stuff related to that. But you can render anything you have as a 3D object, and it also connects nicely to SketchUp, so you can bring in things from SketchUp very easily, and you can export your calibrated photo to SketchUp and do your visualizations there, or export to other applications and so forth. So that's what I'm talking about. Especially if you're doing photomontages of something that is very close to the camera, it is a big advantage to use a GPS like this. It's not that important if you are doing offshore wind farms, for instance, where the objects are very far away from the camera. This GPS takes a position with centimeter precision, which I think is really nice and by far good enough for photomontages. It is not like I get paid or have a special interest in selling this product. It just happened to be the product I chose some years back when I started using GPS. I'm not aware of any better alternative, but if you are, then I would hope that you write it in the comment field to the video so you can share it. I have been doing a lot of photomontages with mostly buildings and but also quite a few solar PV plants, and I really got happy about using a GPS like this, because it of course it takes a little more time to do in the field when I take the photos, because I have to take these readings also, but I save a lot of time in the office afterwards. And also I really appreciate knowing that what I'm doing is 100% correct and can't be done any better. That is a really nice feeling. So I'm willing to pay the price both for the GPS and the time I spent. So now I would like to describe how it works, and then I'll go through the workflow in windPRO really fast. And then I'll also go through the prices of the things you need, and so you have an idea about if this is something for you. So all in all, I'm trying to create the video I would have liked to see myself 5 years ago or so when I bought my first GPS. Right, the GPS here, it comes with a power bank, but you might as well power it from your phone, because you need your phone anyway to collect the measurements. You install an application here called PenMap on the phone, and it connects to the GPS using Bluetooth, and then you take the readings on your phone. So you can hold this onto your camera and take your readings on your phone. When you're finished taking your readings, you upload it to the cloud, and then you can install PenMap for Windows and download the data, and you have it in a CSV file that you can open it in Excel and use for windPRO Photomontage. I'll show you. So for my personal use, I found this a little annoying with this running around this system like this. So I have designed and 3D printed some stuff that makes my life a little easier. And this is an adapter that can hold the power bank to the GPS. So it becomes a very handy unit. Then I power the GPS on here, and then it takes a couple of minutes before it's connected to the satellites. And for that reason, I let it stay on for the whole working day. It can easily stay on for a working day with this power bank. Then I can place it on my camera like this and take the readings on my phone. So almost always I also place some ranging rods in the scene, so they are on the photos I'm taking. And then I can take the readings of this rod like this. And as you can see, I placed a sign here that is identical to the symbol of the control point in windPRO. I think that's kind of cute. And then I have some extremely good control points when I do my calibration. So that is really nice. of course, it takes a little time to put these out and collect them again afterwards and take readings and all that. But in many cases, I found it extremely useful. So, a small detail, you can see that the sign here, or the cross here, is placed, in this case, 6 centimeters below the top of the rod. And that is because when this is placed on in the hot shoe of the camera, it is also approximately 6 centimeters above the center of the lens. And then I can set up pen map on my phone that there is an offset of 6 centimeters, and it gives me the correct readings. Then very often I also measure other things in the scene, natural control points like traffic signs and stuff like that, whatever is present. And then I have to remember that there's this offset I have to remember. So then in the end I have a CSV file that I open in Excel, and then I can do my visualization in windPRO, and I'll just go through an example very fast so you can see how that works. Okay, here I have started up windPRO, and this is an empty project almost. I just entered added some layers here and downloaded some online elevation data. And then I have added a solar PV plant. The way it works in windPRO, you simply draw where it should be, and it fills it out with the kind of PV plants you select. So we can visualize this on the photo that I'm going to use as an example. I've been taking a photo for this position approximately, and I was pointing in this direction. And here we have the data I got from the Catalyst GPS, and as you can see, there's a column here that is the descriptions I entered in the field for each point I was measuring, and the first point is the camera point, and then there's a whole lot of control points. And these are in a coordinate system that I set up on PenMap on the phone. So this should be the same coordinate system as you select here in your project. So now I would normally copy first the Control C, the camera position, and I'll just paste it into the object list here in windPRO. And now it asks me, what is this? And this is a camera, and I want to edit the camera after importing. So now it created the camera, and I want to tell it that it should not take the elevation from the digital elevation model, but use the set value that I had from the GPS. And then also I want to import the photo that I've been taking out here. And now it pops up the EXIF data dialog, and I always use prime lenses, which doesn't have a zoom, so it's a fixed lens. And windPRO remembers what I set up for the last time I imported from this particular camera and lens. And I used it many times before, and I figured out that this calibration factor on the focal length gave me the exact correct calibrated focal length that I want to use. So I just say OK to that. And then I say OK here. And you can see down here it's added a camera object pointing in the wrong direction. And that is because there's nothing about the direction in the EXIF data. So now I just make it point in this other direction, which I know it should be pointing in. That is part of the calibration of the camera model, that I should find the exact correct direction of the camera. So I'll just maximize this. You can see this is the kind of photos where you have a problem calibrating the camera model, because what you normally do is you find some points on the map that you can also see on the photo. That could be a mast or a church or some building that you can easily find, but there's nothing like that. And also the horizon line, which is following the mountains, there's no mountains or anything like that here, so nothing that is very useful. So thanks God that someone put out these ranging rods with signs on it out here in this area, and you can see there are 2 of them. So that's one of these situations where it's very nice to have these. And as you can see, I placed them far away from the camera. The further away, the better, but not so far away that you cannot see them, of course. And I'm planning to render the PV plant right here. So these control points are very well placed and in this, not too close to each other. And it's nice to have them in each side of the photo as well. And this is just fine the way I did it here. So now I need to import these control points from my GPS results. So I go back to Excel, and you can see I have more than 2. I've been taking a lot of photos out there. This was really a project where I should visualize a highway, and I've been taking photos in a lot of different directions. So, but only 2 of these control points are actually in the photo, but now I'll just take all of them. I will copy and go to the object list and paste. And now I'll ask what it is. And this time the default is correct, but I still want to edit them after importing. Now I want to set that it should not take the set value from the elevation model. So I want to deactivate that. So now you can see that there's a bunch of control points out here. I think here I did a road sign and so on. But these are the 2 control points that is actually inside the photo. So my normal workflow would be that you can see when I point at the control point up here, it says that this is the 1. And this should be out here. So I hold control down and drag it out here to the approximate position. And then you can see the other one came into the picture also over here. And now I normally would use this feature that is the auto calibration feature in windPRO. I select this one and I say I point out the position of picture, and then I go here to the picture, and select where that should be. So now you got a line up to where it should be. And I'll just find the other one and do the same. And I'll try and zoom in a bit. You can see that a red cross that I used in this case is not a good choice. So this might not be 100% the right pixel, but it's good enough. So now you can see when I hold control down and drag, I change the direction of the camera. I can hold down shift and drag, then I change the rotation of the camera. And if I hold the alt key down and drag, then I change the focal length of the camera, which was kind of stupid because I knew that my focal length was very close to the correct focal length. I have an idea that the focal length might be slightly dependent on the temperature. It's certainly dependent on the aperture that you're using in the camera, but I always use a f-stop value of 10. So that would be the same always. But still, now, normally I don't try to calibrate the camera completely using the dragging options here. But I use this auto calibration feature. And here you can see that you can set up what you want to automatically calibrate. And I don't want to calibrate the camera's position because I knew that was correct, but I would like to calibrate these other options now. So normally I don't do all of them at the same time. So I think I will just do first these 2, and then I'll do it again. And then I said I'll take the camera rotation on the focal length as well. And then it got down to 0, which is expected. If you only have 2 control points, it should always go down to 0. This 0 means that the distance from where you pointed out the control point should be and its actual position, how far is that from each other in pixels. So now they are spot on where I pointed out they should be. So now I'm done calibrating my photomontage. So that was pretty fast. And now I can start putting in artificial stuff on the photo. And you can see here I had added this PV plant. So now I can see how that looks. Right. So you can see this is just some generic PV panels I'm using here. You can there's a lot of different to choose from, and you can also use your own models. I can try to add some vegetation as well. I created with the SketchUp integration tool, and render that. Like this. So this is often the case that there will be some vegetation around a PV plant like this. So it looks very realistic. So you can do with the SketchUp integration tool, you can see you can add a lot of different things, and it has a lot of features. Then you can also take your photo to SketchUp and see how it looks there. So here you have it. You can see I have exported the photo and some other things from windPRO, and then you can see how it looks here. And you can actually you can modify and do things as you wish here in SketchUp as well. So that was how you can do the calibration of the camera model and do a photomontage in windPRO if you have readings from a GPS. So now I think I'll go and have a look at the prices and stuff of the hardware and the software you need to do this. Okay, I tried to collect some useful links here that you can use, and again, I'm not trying to sell this product particularly, but this is just to give you a feeling about what the price level is for this system that I'm using. This is the main page for the Trimble Catalyst, which is the GPS itself. It's called Trimble DA2, the newest version. And here you can click on the Where to Buy button. And to find some price examples, I did that, and I found some places where you can buy it in Germany, because we have a lot of customers in Germany. And here you can see the base set, the hardware you need is called, that's a Trimble DA2 antenna kit, and it's called for €405 for this set. So that's not so bad. But then, I think that's where they earn their money, Trimble, that is on the software. And you need the pen map, as I described here, for your phone. And that costs €44 for a month subscription. So you can also buy a yearly subscription. I use the monthly subscription, but of course you might want something else. And then you also need this Catalyst on demand, and that is what makes the GPS works all together. So you need both the Trimble Catalyst on demand and the pen map. This on demand, I think there's other ways of licensing this, but this is what I use. And this way I activate 1 hour at the time where I can use this. And 10 hours costs €110. So that is €11 for each hour. So it's not really that bad, but it's not that cheap either. It's okay. It's decent enough. So the way I normally do it is I set up everything out in the field, and when I'm ready, maybe after I take the photo, I activate 1 hour and take the reading of my camera position. Then I go out and collect the ranging rods while I'm also taking readings on them, and then maybe I have enough time to go and take a second photo point. So that's how my workflow is. Then we have this one down here. You don't really need this to do a photomontage, but it's if you want to do augmented reality, which is something that is also quite cool that you can do with this GPS as well. Now we have it. And that is pretty expensive in my opinion, but also, well, it's fascinating what you can do. So that's why I added the price here. So then finally, if you're interested in this stuff that I created here that I'm using myself, then I might be able to distribute it to a limited extent. That's not why I made this video, because it takes me a full day to render, to 3D print a set like this. So it's not something I can send out in hundreds. But if I have the time and you're interested, I don't see why not doing it. This has nothing to do with the EMD. This is my private thing. And again, that's not the point of making the video, because I want to sell a lot of this. But feel free to go and check it out. Here you can see how you can contact me and what is included if you want to get this stuff. So I think that was about it. Well, I hope that you will subscribe for our YouTube channel, and that way you'll get notified if there's something new coming up. If you have a comment to this video, please add one. And except for that, thank you for watching.